Hello and welcome one and all. This is Old School Gamer 1971 here. Millie, Lloyd, everyone, hope you're all having a great day. If you would, please like and comment. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Support the channel and help it grow. Today's thoughts is on Yakuza 3. I've been playing this game for around 3 hours and this is what I think. Yakuza 3, developed by Ryu Gotoku. It's an adventure game that came to the PlayStation 4 in 2019. This is the third main entry into the series. It was the first Yakuza game for the PlayStation 3 in 2009 in Japan, releasing a year later here in the West. The remaster likewise released in Japan in 2018 and the rest of the world in 2019. There were 2 more main entries and a zombie Yakuza game released on the PlayStation 3. Sega originated way back in the 1960s making slot machines. They started gaining traction during the late 80s / early 90s with their consoles, the Master System / Mega Drive, with some stupid decisions, poor marketing later, and the Dreamcast was their swan song. Being reborn as a developer / publisher, the 2 previous entries were developed by NER&D. This was the first game to be developed by the reshuffled studio that is still around today. Their most recent release, Judgment, is based in the same universe and was a great game. Whilst we start in a bustling Tokyo city, we are soon in a new setting, Okinawa, where Miyagi was from. Kiryu is saying his goodbyes shortly after the aftermath of the second game. Kiryu has retired from the Yakuza and is now running the Morning Glory orphanage. I'm saying nothing. He is helped by his adoptive daughter, Haruka. The game takes place soon after Yakuza 2, starting off slow. You try to be a father figure to the orphans. In time you are slowly pulled back into the Yakuza business to try and save your friend. So is this Yakuza 3 or is it Kawuza 3? One of the things that did make me wonder was they had remastered the first and second games in the series. What about 3, 4 and 5? There was no need to worry, however. The games have polished up really well. If anything, they run quicker than the later entries, which almost gives the game an arcade feel to it, especially in the fighting sections. Honestly, this is on par with the Kiwami entries and certainly worthy of your money. The characters look fantastic in this game. Because of the slower nature and storylines, you have time to check out those graphics and textures. This all looks good and would say I like the change of pace. It would really take you out of the game if they'd gotten this wrong. Add in the faster combat and the sudden appearance of blood and bruises with the final blow. Back in the day this would have been brilliant. Nowadays it's just a little funny, but feel that it still adds to the overall game. The first thing I listen for in Yakuza games is the sound of the street. Kinda stupid, isn't it? Because they've got it pretty much spot on by now. But this is a remaster, and as such they may well have cut corners, especially as it's set near the ocean. They get this so right. The sound never overpowers the scenes, especially the cutscenes. Considering you'll be spending many hours in these places, it is better that the sound is pleasing. You can hear emotion in the character's voice. This game, a lot of the time, he's talking with children. He speaks to them softer and with emotion when necessary. Yet the old voice is back when addressing adults. This again adds to the atmosphere and helps draw you into the story. Considering the difference in subject matter and pace, they did a great job, and this is up to the standard of the Kiwami games easy. The speed of the combat is faster and does have that arcade feel to it. The detection is also pretty good, but it's how responsive the controls are that make the game fun. It is easy to just string something together looking good. It's good to see Sega's arcade heritage alive and well. These are not short games and you will enter combat hundreds of times, so it is good that it is fun. As per usual, there is much side stuff to waste your time with, arcade games and side stories. What I was not expecting, however, was fishing and golf. The fishing is kind of fun, and finding worms on the floor and running to the beach to see if you can catch something is the kind of thing I like about the series. The golf again is quite accomplished. No, it would not be worth a full standalone price, but it's on its way there and adds to the gameplay. So first off, this has a great story. Following on from the second game, this really carries the atmosphere over. Even though at the beginning it is slower, it slowly builds up in pace. This allows the characters to shine whilst you get to know them after their introduction. It's also cool getting to see where the story goes for those familiar characters that we've gotten to know through the previous entries. Whilst it is cool, all the Yakuza business and stuff, for me it's the stuff about the orphanage, when the kids are having problems. Kiryu accepting the blame for one of the kids, so it brings the kids closer together instead of driving a wedge between them, until he is forced back into that way of life. It's the conversations with the townfolk and the townfolk's problems. This all adds charm to the game. This is the first release off of the collection, a collection that I never really saw come into the West. All the people that I know who have played this series think it is underrated. The story has intricacies that weaves throughout each entry. I'm currently just waiting for the 5th entry and will always be hopeful of Yakuza Dead Souls. This fast became one of my favourite series and I will be hopefully playing through them all this year. It's going to be a lot of fun. I know for some this is a little too Japan for their taste, considering this game series is getting into its 8th mainline entry and is bringing something new to the latest entry, turn-based combat. But each one has been an improvement over the last, arguably without a poor entry and an intertwining story that weaves throughout the series. I am always glad of a new entry or remastered entry into the Yakuza franchise, so Yakuza 3 this most definitely is. If you are hearing this, you've made it all the way to the end of the video. Thanks for your support. Give it a thumbs up and comment if you enjoyed the video. Please share everywhere as it helps the channel grow and puts a big old smile on this old face. Leave your suggestions down below in the comments. Enjoy your day one and all. Old School Gamer 1971 signing off.